Hey y'all, you're listening to Diagnosing Sitcoms and Movies, the DSM podcast. We help make mental health more comfortable by using Black movies and shows we know and love and culture to remove stigma. So join our convo with your host, Courtney Copeland, licensed mental health counselor,
and Dr. B, licensed professional counselor.
What's poppin', y'all? Today we are talking about the 2002 comedy/musical. Does this count as a musical?
No, they wasn't saying nothing.
But it was music. Anyway, we are talking about Drumline. One band, one sound.
One band, one sound. One band, one sound.
And for the record, it's North Carolina, 18 bitches.
So yes, in this film, they basically stole our colors, stole our logo,
stole everything,
stole our mojo, and said Georgia.
Made me angry. So very,
Did
very
A&T
angry.
get money for that?
Doubt it.
They should have.
No,
That's copyright infringement.
And they went so far and even took Dudley's fucking panther paws.
They basically came to Greensboro and was like, all of this, yeah, let's just package it all up. Action.
Rude and disrespectful is what that is.
Or it was they were acknowledging who was the best. And they needed to just, take a little creative liberty.
I love how you turn that into the silver lining of it all.
I am a glass half full kind of gal.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Well then, let's get into it, shall we?
I just want everyone to know that it's always been about tuba shawty.
Is it now? Oh, okay. So I have to start at the very beginning of the movie. At the very beginning, because when he's graduating and they play I Believe I Can Fly. If I just spread my wings, I can fly. Oh, you still going? Okay.
I can fly.
Yes.
Woo! Fly. He's been canceled for so long. Do you know how long it's been since I've been able to sing that?
I know, but I honestly, that is the best graduation song ever. And you have to have that song.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I don't know.
I still get chills when I hear it, bro.
For different reasons.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, when his mom asked him which one of them fast girls gave you these, I was like, okay, mama.
Mama, you raised a player.
Yeah. But what was really annoying is when he decided that he was going to go to his daddy.
Stop bothering that man at work.
And I'm just like, what was that supposed to do? What was that supposed to do?
You hold up the line.
Next. And then he does that. And what? And I guess was that confrontation or confronting?
They needed a little conflict in the movie and they didn't have enough.
He had enough conflict in the movie.
With them drumsticks?
Right. Yeah, so I don't know about that. That scene just seemed really...
Was it necessary?
It was unnecessary. Devin. Get your ass out of here, Devin. That's why I don't know who. Your son. Oh, I forgot about you, little nigga. Well, he didn't even acknowledge him for real. He just sat there and listened to him.
Man, what do you say? You ain't been there.
Yeah.
My bad.
Whoops. Forgot about you. Glad you graduated.
Congratulations, son.
Congrats. I knew you turned out better than me. What? Seriously? So yeah, that's all I got. No, I have more than that actually, but I'll start from there. I'll start with that.
Okay. Those are all your quotes?
No, those are not all my quotes. Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on the bus headed to
She'll walk us
band camp. Well,
not the band camp.
Remember that time at band camp? And I did that one-arm push-up. Remember that?
Damn.
You remember when I had my chest out? You remember that? With your chest. I said, with your chest. And I was like, here you go. Saw that too, didn't you? At band camp. That was me. But anyway, Morris Brown been smacking that ass. Smacking that ass. Smacking that ass. Smacking that ass. That's a good one. I like that one. So yeah. That's it.
Yeah, this movie wasn't very quotable. Was it just me?
Yeah, no, it wasn't very quotable.
Still a great movie.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, great's a little harsh.
It's decent.
Yeah, it's still a good movie. Just not something that I quote.
Yeah, no, I don't quote it. I just know it enough to be like, fuck out of here, it's A&T. That's honestly,
I think that's the biggest thing of the movie. Is that
Yeah.
they stole A&T stuff. We can just end the episode there. We're done.
all right. Okay, we can wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming.
Just kidding.
All right, we'll keep going. All right.
Well, then let's get into this diagnosis.
Oh, well, I do want to let the people know I was 12. I was
Yes.
12 this year. Thank you.
This year?
In 2002. That doesn't seem like that long, bro. And then now it really does when I say it out loud. It makes me feel some type of way.
It's over 20 years ago.
Bro, why you even had to say it like that? That's crazy.
That hurt your feelings.
It did. It did. Un poquito.
Solamente.
What that mean?
Only.
I knew that. I gotta see in Spanish. Espanol. Anyway.
I diagnosed Devin with adjustment disorder with disturbance of conduct. Feel like he's going through a lot of transition. It's causing him to act out a little bit. He's being pushed past his normal kind of comfort zone, being one in college, away from home, in a different state, without his mama. It's just a lot.
Sound like he a bitch ass. I'm just kidding. That's not nice. Yeah, but it is a lot. It was a lot. Yep.
Well, do you agree with the diagnosis?
You said conduct?
No.
What'd you say?
I said adjustment disorder with disturbance of conduct. That means it's
Oh,
showing up in
disturbance of
his
conduct.
behaviors. Yes.
Understood. Actually,
You
I
be
gave
giving me
him
no mind.
oppositional defiant disorder.
Damn.
I didn't do a one-arm push-up, girl. Calm down. I just gave him a disorder.
That's a lie. You don't feel like that's a lie?
No.
I completely see why you did that though.
I feel like, yeah, because he was out here acting up.
But then he got it together, and I don't feel like he would have been able to do that if it was for oppositional defiance.
Well, see, the reason why he got it together is because there was something that he enjoyed that, you could kind of get him to act a little better. Because it's like, all right, you want to do this thing, but you gotta be a part of something. You have to, and so he changed his tune.
But
And I can't let it go. That was funny. Where is the conduct disorders? I'm trying to find it now. Anyway, it's one oppositional. Because let me find it. Hold on. But I think because of how he was treating what was the his hate, the player hating dickhead. You know him? Sean.
his name was Sean.
That man.
Yes.
Yeah. You think they made him bald headed to make him look young?
He's looked exactly the same for so many years. He's been in so many movies. He's older. He's like my mama age.
For real?
I don't know. I'm just assuming. He been in a lot of shit for a real long time, and he looked exactly the same.
But bro, your mom looks young as fuck too. So
See?
I don't understand.
So you see the correlation.
You're right. Hey, mama. So yeah, I feel like his relationship with Sean, the whole thing with Dr. Lee, the fact that he even lied to get in, like to say that he knew music or knew how to read music is another thing. So yeah.
Well, if you was illiterate, would you tell everybody?
Yes, actually. So I could get some grace around this bitch. I ain't know. I'm neurodivergent. That's my excuse for everything. I didn't know I'm neurodivergent.
That's not what that means.
That's what I'm gonna use it as. Because that's what these people are.
And that is
on
what makes me
TikTok.
angry. Yes, that's what makes me freaking angry. Damn it! Now, just because you like to do things in order does not mean that you are neurodivergent. Just because you interrupt people does not mean that you are neurodivergent. Just because you lose stuff does not mean that you are fucking neurospicy, because that's what they like to call it now.
Neurospicy. I like it. It's good. I love it. TikTok is taking our job. Anyhow, so I think angry, irritable mood, I think like how he even showed up to talk to his father, often loses temper, is often touchy or easily annoyed.
You're not cutting my hair.
Right. It's in the rule book, but you didn't want to follow directions and read the rule book. Also, that goes against to that argumentative and defiant behavior. Often argues with authority. Like he wanted that sneer, so he was gonna.
He wanted that what?
The sneer. Is that not what's called? It's not a sneer. And not. What?
Continue.
Actively defies or refuses to comply with the requests from authorities and figures with rules. And so Sean, even though he was a student, he felt like he didn't have to respect him. He was an authoritative figure, right? And then often deliberately annoys others, often blames others for his or her mistakes or behaviors. So he blamed that guy for getting into that fight on the field. So there it is. That's my rationale. It took me about 15 minutes to get to the spot, but here we are.
Well, can I share with you why I think it's on the adjustment?
All right, fine.
Okay, well, adjustment disorder is a much less severe diagnosis.
No, he was supposed to have had this.
And talks to the transitions that he's going through in his life.
Currently.
So adjustment disorder is the development of emotional or behavioral symptoms in response to an identifiable stressor occurring within 3 months of the onset of the stressor. So him kind of going to the transition of getting ready to go and then going away to school. These symptoms or behaviors are clinically significant, being evidenced by marked distress that is out of proportion of the severity or intensity of the stressor. It's not that deep, but to him it was. And like perspective taking. Significant impairment in social or other important areas of functioning. And with his disturbance of conduct, it was more so predominant than maybe mood or anxiety. So I gave just conduct.
Okay. I mean, I could give you that. All right. So if I'm looking at him, how I would see this, I feel like conduct disorder might have been something that he had previously.
Conduct disorder?
I mean, not conduct disorder. Oppositional defiant disorder was something that he maybe had younger, maybe early teenage years. And now this adjustment disorder, if we're seeing him right now, I think that would be the primary diagnosis.
If I'm the college counselor and he walks into the college counseling center,
that's a primary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I agree that yours is primary. Like this is current. This is the actual thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And because you do have that conduct piece in there, but I would have secondary.
So we would be ruling out, like we would be assessing deeper for.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. I'll give you that. And so how would you treat Devin?
Like shit. You get it? No, I'm just kidding. I would actually treat my treatment plan for him. I think it again is just because he's adjusting. It's like, you know, helping him establish his community, understanding, you know, some of his roles and responsibility as being a part of something larger than himself, right? Because a lot of the reasons why I feel like he's coming up against some of the issues that he's having is that he's so self-absorbed that he's not even aware of like others. So again, I think I would just kind of work with him in understanding it's not always about you.
Also developmentally appropriate though. His brain actually isn't finished developing. He really can't think past his own selfish needs, wants, and desires.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Super ego.
Yeah.
He's an id.
He's an id right now. Yeah, for sure. And then
big ass id.
he also we have to talk about that dynamic with his father. I think that's something that's bothering him.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I'm like, come on now, you know that. I think we need to talk about the things that are going on, the relationship and the dynamic with his father.
In the ticket booth?
In the ticket booth situation.
Are we going to hold session in the ticket booth?
Yeah.
Because he can't take off work, clearly. Not even to see his son graduate.
I wouldn't do family therapy. Clearly, he don't give a fuck.
They're not a family.
Exactly. So, Devin, we're going to do some radical acceptance.
Ooh.
Some radical acceptance. And that's pretty hard to do in knowing that this is biologically your father.
Why he don't want me, man?
But hey, I have to accept the fact that this man is not ready to accept me as his child.
Is he, though? Because eventually he did send him the tapes.
True shit. So now we're assessing where their overall relationship is and if he's wanting to now establish a healthy relationship with his father.
Does the father get a choice, though? Is that solely Devin's decision?
Yeah,
at this point with him being an adult?
Yeah, he has a choice. Yeah. You know, well, this is going to sound really bad because I'm not a parent.
Caveat.
Perhaps he wasn't ready to be a father to him in his younger years, but he can be a father to him as an adult.
Why is that a bad thing to say with you not being a parent? I think that's perfectly fine for you to say.
I think that it might, I thought maybe it would be challenging because it's like, no, what the fuck you mean? You were a parent when you were a parent.
That don't mean that you was ready.
True.
Or that don't mean that you can give the level of quality that you would like to give once you've matured a little bit.
Right.
Or had your own different life experiences.
But does it take the lifespan of that child for you to get your shit together to finally be a parent?
Different people get their shit together at different point in times.
Different strokes for different folks.
I don't have another different. I'm sorry. I wanted to keep it going. I was really thinking hard.
It's okay. I didn't have anything else.
I'm disappointed in myself.
It's like different gel for acne or some shit like that. But that's like way over there. Yep.
You lost me.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know outside of that, like what, as far as that is one thing as a sports psychologist that I do kind of recognize that Spirit gets like the short end of the stick on that. And so like sports and athletics, they get a certain level of additional supports given all of the demands that they have that Spirit doesn't always get. And so when I say Spirit, I mean like band, I mean cheerleaders, I mean dancers, I mean mascots, all of those things. And I think that there are just as many demands that come with, especially band. Maybe not some of the other things, but definitely band.
College band.
Black college band.
That's trauma.
I didn't say all that now.
For some people.
But I do feel like they could use an additional level of support, whether that is you have that regular check-in person that's keeping you on task with your assignments, that's keeping you organized, whether that is the social things. I just feel like they could use additional checkpoints with individuals that would be helpful with them, especially that first year with all of the transition that they are experiencing. And I do know that a lot of athletic programs do offer that to their athletes, whereas Spirit is just like,
it's
band.
Yeah, but it's intense. It really is intense.
I don't know nothing about that action.
From my experience on the outside looking in and seeing their asses in the heat in the summer.
And in the rain running.
In the winter.
Running. Why do they have to run so much? Because they walk when they play.
Because you gotta have the stamina. You gotta be able to keep doing the shit.
This is the best part of the whole movie with the white man with his drum. You're not river dancing.
Right. Make love to it.
You hitting it like a virgin.
And then he went out there. He got his position back. He's like, hell yeah. Stroke that shit, didn't I?
That's what he said.
That's the look he had. He was very happy with himself. Very. Thank you, Nick Cannon, for giving me that advice.
But why could the white boy dance in the club but not with his drum? When they was in the club, he was getting it with the girls.
You think you could dance with that big ass shit on your chest?
I wouldn't be like this.
I would. It just looked like it felt good.
In the wrist. Flick of the wrist.
In the flick of the wrist.
But he could dance in the club.
Yeah, he was getting in that club though.
But then he put on that drum.
You got to move with it. You got to move with it. Shout out to KK Side. But, you know, I just want to learn how to do this one time. Please, can you just teach me?
No.
Teach
you see
me
how they did Boosie? He could not.
Yeah, no. But that's also, you know, that's another part of that. I wouldn't say it's they do go through their hazing because it's a line just like any other fraternity. So there is some of that in there, and I do agree. They need support. They need support for sure.
Prognosis for Devin?
I think he'll be fine.
Me too.
I think he's super excited for Sean to hurry up and graduate.
They became friends at the end,
so he could take his spot.
They became friends at the end.
Let's be real. You know he want his spot.
You want my spot, Flash? Huh? You want my spot?
You ain't got it. You can't take. Wait, what did he say?
You ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it.
Down, down, down for the count. Why do we know these things? Like, it's because of you, actually.
You knew that. No, that's how we became real friends.
Yeah.
So you quoting 5 Heartbeats in the middle of a party city is how I was like, oh, this is my family. She can't go anywhere. She's mine now.
It was likely that was.
You knew it. You knew it. It wasn't. But I'm just glad that you did that for our show today. It definitely was just, we have a winner. But
oh, we have a winner. We have a winner.
Okay, so you want to get into his bald-headed brother, Sean?
Let's get into it.
So if the thing was you had to shave your head for not having the right, not knowing what the rule of the last page, not reading the rule book, why was Sean's head already shaved?
Because he had to be young looking.
And a bald fade was going to stop that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because his hairline, it was running away.
Can't keep running away.
Can't keep running away. So well, why was his head shaved? I think it was just part of like his
intensity.
Yeah.
I don't have time for haircuts. Band.
Shave it.
One band. One sound. Bald head.
That's it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel you.
But, and I also felt like that was him being petty. All these other rules you gave everybody else. And you see Devin fresh with his little ugly ass cornrows.
Struggle braids. There was no hang time.
None. He was like, we got to figure something out. Can somebody braid these down? I got this much hair. That's like me right now. Like,
you have braids though.
The way she was grabbing at it though. Like,
should have twisted before she put the hair in. She had the body roll while she was doing your hair.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what the way she caught it. I was like, God. Did she
you body roll? You was doing a snake.
I think he definitely knew what he was doing when he asked him that question. And he knew that it was going to happen.
Yeah, because he was being shitty. He was an asshole.
And that was, he was like, I'm going to make a man out of you.
So he's Li Shang now?
Yes.
That was his name, right?
I think so.
I don't know, but he was fine. That's a fine cartoon character.
We should talk about that.
So I heard a theory that he's gay. And like, I'll make a man out of you. And then everyone was singing like, a girl worth fighting for, except for him. Even the little feminine one was still like, I got a girl. Li Shang did not. Do you see how mad he was when Mulan had titties? They might be on to something.
They might be, friend.
And it is always the pretty ones.
And I tell you, my childhood movies are just slowly but surely becoming just tragic.
Is it tragic? Ain't nothing wrong with that man being gay.
You're right. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay. He's not real.
You have to accept him as his fictional life is drawn. Now, damn it. You know who's not gay? Sean. All right. So we don't know because they never talk about Sean and his sexuality. But I think that adds the mystique because he ain't got time for women. Because like he ain't got time for haircuts because it's one band, one sound, bald head, dry dick, all that.
We don't know.
Yeah.
He probably smashing somebody in the band.
He ain't smashing nothing but a drum. All right. And so anyway, with that, I felt like a little obsessive compulsive personality disorder. You know how we have like this thing that we kind of say when people give that very harsh, very, can I borrow your DSM? I'll go through the criteria very quickly with that. Thank you. So beautifully tabbed. And highlighted like an unread Bible. The criteria, the diagnostic criteria that I felt that he met for obsessive compulsive personality disorder was being preoccupied with details, rules, lists, order, organization, or schedules to the extent that the major point of the activity is lost. Like, we got so caught up in the fact now that Devin has to shave his head that we are not paying attention to the fact that every single other person knew every single rule that you asked.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we lost that.
Mm-hmm.
Shows perfectionism and that interferes with task completion. Is excessively devoted to work and productivity to the exclusion of leisure activities, no haircut, dry dick. Is overconscientious, scrupulous. I love that word, scruples. And inflexible about matters of morality, ethics, or values. So he really valued that you have to be able to read music on this team. And the fact that Devin couldn't read, despite the fact that he could memorize from seeing it played one time, that didn't matter. We had to blow him in and blow up his spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. But I think that was a function of his personality disorder. I also think that he met the criteria of being reluctant to delegate tasks or work to others unless they submit exactly to his way of doing things, and then showing rigidity and stubbornness.
I agree. Yeah, that's him to a T. Like, and because Devin was really going against the grain with him and like doing his thing how he wants to do it, that aggravated his soul.
Like he couldn't deal. Like,
Yeah.
I think, and that's why I think it was to the point of personality disorder, because it clearly was causing him distress to the point where he had to counteract what Devin was doing with his own negative behaviors.
Mm-hmm. But I do feel like his prognosis is a positive one.
Yes.
Because he did have Devin to challenge him.
Mm-hmm.
He now has this learned way of understanding, like, this is how I can deal with not having things set up in the way I need to have it for myself.
And being flexible. Therapy.
A little exposure therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll set him up to be a little more successful in his workspaces.
Agreed. Moving right along. Layla didn't diagnose her, just thinks she's bougie. How is philosophy not a real major, but dance is? So her parents were like not wanting her to be a philosophy major, but they were okay with dance. Yeah, think about that for a second. Mm-hmm. Ponder it.
Well, it's philosophy. What? I thought they said that she had to take the philosophy.
No, that was not a real major.
I thought so, because I never saw philosophy as
a major. No, you're right. She couldn't do dance because she had to do philosophy.
Yeah.
But dance is not a real major, but philosophy is a real major?
Yeah, and I'm like, when I look at majors, philosophy, I don't recall saying philosophy. I saw psychology.
Who hiring philosophers?
Philosophists?
Philosophizers. When was the last time you saw a job posting for a philosopher? Philosopher-ficist.
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why we don't even fucking know the word.
I'm going to Google it.
Because she'd be more likely to get a job as a dancer, which we know how to say,
right?
Than a philosopher guy is philosophy.
Oh, wait.
Performer. Person who performs philosophy.
Well, okay. So here's what Google said.
On Indeed.
Uh-huh. Okay. AI overview. It actually is worth it because there are skills that develop in many other fields. So like law, education, business, government. Now I know the philosophy degree, obviously. But I've never heard someone actually major in a fucking philosophy, bro. Like, that's crazy. Philosophy majors have a high increase in yearly earnings from the median salary to mid-year. Okay, yeah, whatever. That's dumb. That's all I got. So no.
Well, maybe they said that she shouldn't be a dance major because her steps were so tired. They saw her and was like, this ain't the path for you, baby girl.
That's probably why.
How your party stroll is lame.
That whole party was lame. Get it. Get it.
I cracked because I'm old.
I was doing that stuff in middle school, bro. This movie also did come out in middle school.
So that it was a fire step back then?
It might have been.
I don't think it was. I think that
I remember hitting this a few times. And
I feel like this was introduced into because like we was in drill, in high school, but like we did other stuff. Like that wasn't the highlight. Like this wasn't the highlight. I just hit the mic. Wasn't
what the highlight was not. But
that's why her parents was like, you know what, baby, dance.
Stick to your daytime career. Focus on philosophy. You could be a dancer at night.
That was too bougie for that. They wouldn't have let her. They wouldn't have let her.
She could major in dance at night.
Because she definitely was like, parents, this way. Don't meet my boyfriend.
Don't. She was ashamed.
Don't meet this hoodlum who started. He didn't even start the fight. He got swung on. That wasn't his fault.
But he started though. All right. So, I mean, what's her problem? You think they getting together? You think they're gonna be together?
Hope not. I mean, they might.
It was a cute little relationship. She's older, right? Because she's
1 year older than him.
Cool girl. Right.
Right.
But you think it's gonna last?
I hope not.
Why?
Because I just feel like they both so young. I want them to explore. I think that they both have so much to offer. I think that they have extremely different interests. So I hope that they have a good, healthy relationship and then amicably decide to do their own things.
I think she's going to teach him a lot.
Not everyone likes to teach.
Because she's a philosopher major. See what I did there?
I hate it here.
You love it. You love it so much. So yeah, that's where I feel like she's gonna teach him and they're gonna have a little bond. I feel like Dema's gonna realize that he actually likes younger women and he's gonna go out and like screw all the new incoming band members. And that's gonna make her angry and they're gonna break up and she's gonna find a better man. And that's that.
And so your glass half empty.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You like how I did that?
No.
Cool. Drumline 2. Hit me up. Is there a Drumline?
There was, and it was terrible.
There was? Cool.
That's why you didn't hear about it.
First of all, who types like that?
Bruce Almighty.
Indeed.
And so for diagnosing Dr. Lee, I gave him just a Z code of threat of job loss. Because they basically said, if you don't put Devin on the field, you're fired.
I feel like being in higher ed, like they want you to bring money in, right? So
that's your number one job. If these people learn something, that's cute, but this money.
Bring money. And then when you can say that you bringing in money, your tenure to me is like fiction. Tenure is fiction. It don't even matter if you have tenure because they still could fire your ass if they want to.
If you ain't bringing enough money.
Right? Especially right now. Tenure is a joke. I don't care. Tenure is a fucking joke because people get laid off on tenure. So as long as I remember, I had the worst fucking dean ever, and because they brought
this
in,
is personal. Okay.
Yeah, this is personal.
Tell us more.
Because that dean brought in money, their job wasn't going to be compromised. It didn't matter how many people fucking hated this person. As long as that person had money coming in, that's all that matters. So yes, I really do feel like he would have lost his job because Devin was a performer that would bring money.
You know why I would have fired Dr. Lee? Oh. That damn Flight of the Bumblebee.
You didn't like it? Now that's real music. You didn't like that? You gonna like that? I love it.
Boo, get off the stage, Grandpa.
Cool. Let me get me and my bees out of here then.
Light your ass with your bumblebees.
No, yeah, and then, but I don't think one person on a band of 200 plus people could really make a difference. You know what I'm saying? To be like, yeah, this person's bringing in money. Now that's Hollywood right there.
Yeah, the donors, they like what they saw.
Please. One kid? Come on. It's one band, one sound. What do you mean? That's insane. You can't hear his drum above everybody else's drum.
Yes, the fuck you could, because he was doing a whole different beat than what everybody else was doing.
Kitty cat. I know. Yeah, you're right.
What it sound like?
It's cat. Boom, cat. Boom, cat, boom. That's what it sounded like to me.
Okay.
I really wish I could play an instrument. Man, God knew what he was doing when he didn't allow me to learn how to play music, man. I would have been a menace. A menace.
To society.
Yes, I would.
I don't think that I necessarily have any more specific diagnosis for anyone in the film, but I do feel like it is very important. Ernest is played by Jason Weaver. Mm-hmm. Is when he was still cute.
Yeah, he on the struggle bus right now.
I didn't say that. I just said I liked him younger. Is a great example why it is important to have all of the details when you are assessing, especially if you're just going off of behaviors of the things that you're seeing, because his friends were really concerned about him, like certain elements of paranoia, of secrecy, of like rushing through meals, not sleeping, all of those things, or oversleeping, all of those things were happening, and they were really concerned the whole time he was just playing.
Yeah. I think especially this particular environment, I think school counselors or like college counselors.
Yeah, I was about to say, put some respect on the title.
Counselors, excuse me.
Because they are licensed clinical professionals.
You're right. In the higher ed environment.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous now. I got a sweat stash and shit. Damn.
Because you playing.
Come at me like that.
Get off my top.
And my goatee coming dig it. No, I do feel like this is particularly important for them, and they have these more experiences like that where people are having, I guess mental, breakdowns or anxiety, worry, all those things that may seem on the outside like, man, this person is maybe even at risk of suicide or, certain behaviors, but it's like, oh no, they're actually pledging. But that to me still doesn't mean that it's okay behavior, because it's causing some type of stress.
Was it causing him distress though? I think it was causing other people to be concerned about his level of distress, but it does not sound like he was distressed.
Maybe not.
He said, yeah, I could do that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not a problem. Okay. Mm-hmm.
But no, it does come with a level of distress. Pledging comes with a level of distress. You can't operate and be yourself.
That impairs your functioning?
It can if they're not aware of themselves.
Okay, it can.
Right?
Not saying that it did for him.
Right. And so in certain situations, that level of like stress and pressure, you got to be discreet. You can get kidnapped at any given fucking moment. They be kidnapping bitches.
Well, apparently on this campus, you can just use one of the many payphones that are scattered all across the campus, because why was there a payphone in the stadium bay, like where the seats are?
Because we didn't have cell phones back then.
But there was a payphone there? In the stadium? Like in... Okay. You like it?
I don't know. I just work here.
I just feel like Nick Cannon had to find a reason to rap in this film, though. He had to find some reason.
It made
to
no
spit a little
sense.
He had to just get that in there. In case y'all forgot.
I actually know how to rap.
No, you don't. What the hell happened to Blue Cantrell? She was in this movie. Where's she at?
I don't know. Illuminati?
I don't know. Maybe. Last I heard, she was running down the street screaming that they was trying to kill her.
Did he?
Jay-Z. But she did used to say she had a crush on Jay-Z, and it was like, I don't care who he with.
Who? Well,
I've said too much.
Mm-hmm. They're coming for you.
I'm on the list.
So that performance was everything. Did he really have to come in with that card? No.
On the cell phone.
Right. No. But and it wasn't even real live. Like he wasn't. Was it live? Okay. It was like off. It was off, right?
What do you mean?
His lip singing.
Yes.
It was off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The music did not match the lips.
It didn't.
Mm-mm. Someone in the editing room need their ass beat.
It was like, we're late. We need to get this out.
Turn this in.
Turn it in.
We had to put Nick's rapping scene in, so now we're held up.
Exactly. PD Pablo only has a certain number of time for us. So let's get this together.
Do you feel like it was a good depiction of band culture, this film?
Yes.
Did it make you want to be on the band?
No. It's when I realized I'm grateful that I do not know how to play an instrument, because I could not. I think actually they would hate to see me coming. You saw that scene when they was in the rain? That would be me. I would be the reason why we're in the rain. Cat. And then I'll be, and now we got to start all over again because we thought it was funny. Yeah.
So if you would like to help us get more content out to you guys, please go to our website, the DSM Podcast. Podbean.com. You can follow us on all socials at the DSM Podcast. And while you're there, go ahead and leave us a comment, because we are counselors and actually care about what you have to say. Until next time, y'all.
Okay, bye, Cinephiles.